G'day guys and welcome back to Shanghai Shenhua / Canada on Football Manager 2015, episode number 30. It's our birdie. G'day, how you guys going? And today we are starting the start of the fourth season, I believe, of this series. And right off the bat we're going to be playing a Champions League game. Just how the whole league is set up in Champions League and all this. And we also did some transfer news in the some transfers obviously in the off season. And yeah, I think that's all that. So we'll just get into the Champions League, because this is our group. We are in a group with Jeju, a Korean side, an Indonesia side for the first time, Persipura, and Reysol, the Japanese league. That's the group that we're in. We got Jeju first up, so we're going to be showing this game. So this game could be pretty interesting. We're playing on the road as well. Today is the transfer window. Yeah, and Indonesia, just a bit surprised. You know, it's the first time seeing an Indonesia in this series, so reach the quarters is the expectations. But yeah, as you can see, the other groups, you know, Melbourne Victory, Shandong, Brisbane, and Zhuangzhou, Shanghai, East Asia back in it. So so 4 Chinese teams are in this Champions League. So should be interesting, no doubt about it. I'll just go over what Zhuangzhou have done in transfers. They brought in Kostas Mitroglou, and they've also we bought one of their players. We'll just go over what they've done. So yeah, that's just one big signing there. But for us, this is how our season's been going. We played 3 friendlies. 2 against Korean sides, 1 against who's this? Well, another Korean side, I guess. All losses, so that was pretty disappointing. I wasn't really expecting much in it. But then this, I guess you could say, it's the Community Shield of China. Is you know, it was 0-0, and we actually won it on penalties. So I wasn't really too much about it. We got pretty outplayed pretty easily. But yeah, it was a pretty good way to start the year anyway. And then we're going to be going to the Champions League. So so that's going to be it for the schedule and all that. You know, now we'll go into well, I'll put in majority of the soft season. I did a lot of some coaching decisions. I brought in Yoshiki Nishimura, really good attacking coach. For this level anyway. So he's going to be, I'm really excited that he's wanting to come aboard. He cost quite a bit. We were able to bring in another goalkeeping coach as well, so I think I might release one of these ones. But yeah, we obviously, you can see we still need some more, you know, shooting coach. You know, tactics I guess is alright, but the ball control, you know, defending, that's mine, and you know, 4.5 is really good. So that's yeah, we did that, as well as some more scouts. Brought in, you know, some more scouts. So I'm getting a whole bunch of scouting reports, you know, from, you know, China, or I mean from Europe and, you know, South America. I'm doing some guy to go on an assignment there. So yeah. You know, before I had 5 and now I got 8, so that's really good. I'm really happy about that. You know, and nothing really too much going on here. Maybe I'll do more scouts allowed. Yeah, and see, we're allowed again, so that's really good. Get some more scouts in here. Except that's really good. So yeah, so now we'll go into my transfers. And these were the guys I brought in. We'll start with Shen Kuri. He's obviously 21 years of age. You guys can maybe see right there. There's not much really to offer there, but he is he is he's got 15 determination. He's 21, so I'm going to give him some opportunities. Obviously, he can play the attacking forward as well as striker and attacking mid. Um, I mean, so that's I'm pretty happy about it. It was a bit of a pricey acquisition, 575k, so that's quite a bit. But for a young player, he's showing some pretty good upside with Zhuangzhou there, and so he's a bit of a how can I say it? He's a bit of a project type player. So I'm going to give him some opportunities and see what happens. And if he doesn't really do much, then well, well, I'm just going to see what happens there. This is the guy Shane Kong. Got him on a free. I just needed some extra backup for my ball-winning midfield type. He was at Zhuangzhou again last season. So he's going to be getting some opportunities here. And again, 19 determination. I always try and find that really good, and he's a determined personality as well. So I always try to find that in players. With really high determination. It gives them, they just look like they want to try and improve their game. So, so that's what I got with him. And Wang Zhudong, another young type player. He came over from, what was it, Beijing. 19 appearances last season. Again, quite pricey, but he's wanted by a couple already for a loan. But I'm going to keep him here, 18, because he has the opportunity to crack the first team, and I'm going to give him some opportunities. So, again, high determination. He's actually a really good Chinese region. So, again, he's going to get opportunities here. And he's learning from a player, Sung Ki, I believe I put him on. Yep. So hopefully Sung Ki can really help him out and put first touch here as well. First touch. Where is it? So that's good. And now we go into the big signing. As you guys can see there, foreign signing Carlos Villanueva. I did have him on my radar last season until he got injured, and he was out for quite a bit of the year. So that's what I'm really quite concerned about. But other than that, I'm really happy in the signing. 1.2 mil. It's a bit pricey, but he's going to do really well at this level. I mean, his technical and his mental skills are all really good. Obviously, 32 years of age and the injuries, he's going to be a bit down in physical, but he's still got the agility and the natural fitness and the stamina, so that's really good. His strength can work on, but I'm going to probably play him in, could maybe put him up top, or as well as on the wings, or else, where Kale is playing and do a sub for sub, but he's going to be a really important player for us. I was just really happy to get him. I kind of did a scout, obviously, last season. 8 games, he got 3 and 2 player of the match, so that's pretty good. And he's had some European experience. But yeah, I was really happy to get him. I only got him on a 2-year deal at the moment, so he's actually going to be here until probably the save is over, unless I can bring someone else in. But so yeah, that was a signing. Obviously, in the last episode, I was really looking forward to bringing in Yaya Toure or Schweinsteiger. And Yaya Toure's contract is up at the end of the season, but we'll see here. And of course, he's not interested. Very, extremely frustrating. And the thing is, too, I noticed was, at the end of a season when you do well, you kind of get that reputation boost whether you've moved up a spot or whatever in your league. Well, there was none of that. I mean, wasn't one of those screens that came up for me, and I remember that there wasn't really much of anything. So that was something I was a bit. I was honestly going, okay, what's going on here? But as I look at my squad and the team, it says they're a continental rep, and quite honestly, I'm not too sure where you can go to find the reputations of. Well, maybe this could be it. Club list. Here we go. This is good. So yes, I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, we are now at the same rep as Zhuangzhou Evergrande, and Zhuangzhou was able to bring Costas Matroglu. Obviously, I'm not downing the signing of Carlos Villanueva, but Zhuangzhou has all this reputation of bringing in the good big name players from Europe. You kind of look at the squad. Stupila Sun's okay. Darren Gibson, he's okay of a name. But they got Kostas Matroglu now. As you guys can see, I'll talk about Saliovic in a minute. Philip Mexes, he's a big name player. Abu Dhabi was as well Kostas Matroglu, and he's already unhappy to be at this club. And he's already out of the ACL European squad. So that's just what I'm going on about, and it's just kind of frustrating because I would have thought Toure or Schweinsteiger or someone of that caliber would really have wanted to come, and like I said, Toure would have been a magnificent signing for this league, but again, I can't really do much about it. But again, what I was going on about with Saliovic is I've been trying to get a bid, because what I'm actually planning here, guys, this guy Saliovic, 33 years of age, he's still got a lot to offer. He can play in a wing, control the mid, or play as like a ball-winning midfield type. So what I'm actually doing is going to try and bring him in, and I actually just placed Gabriel on the transfer list. So lots going on right now. I feel that I can get quite a bit in return. He's got a 2.4 foreign club release clause, so that's what I'm really hoping to get with that, because his contract's up at the end of the season, and last time he didn't really want to express a new contract, and he still doesn't. So it leaves me no choice to really to let him go. Obviously, Gabriel's been a magnificent player for us, but Saliovic, he's a guy that can play in two of those areas, and that's what I'm really wanting. So I'm hoping that can come through, and business goes there, because we're on the transfer deadline day at the moment. But we're going to go into this game against Jeju, and like I said, the Champions League. I left Dirtiok, which he's injured anyway, and Juhas out of the squad for these group games, because I just kind of feel like we should get through this group. Obviously that could go back to haunt me now, but I just feel that we should be able to get through this group. And Dirtiok and Juhas, they're players that can really help us out in the league, especially Juhas. He's an older player. We need to get him rested. So that's just what I felt. Put him in. And Carlos Villanueva, he's a player that I really want to get underway as well. Zheng Kaimu, he's a guy I really want to let go as well, because I don't really need him. In fact, I'll offer him out. Carlos Villanueva, we need him in there. And Dirtiok, so yeah, so Shenhua, we'll put him up top. Kyle because he had Dirty Hawk, which is kind of annoying, but he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks, the first bit of the season. So that's kind of frustrating. I just don't want to get those players in there and playing, right? So I think we'll start Villanueva as well. Give him that opportunity. I think that's probably good to go for the squad. That's what we want to line up against. So we're going to China, Jeju against Shanghai. And, we're 275 underdog. Nice to win, but and I've never actually heard of this Jeju side, so usually coming out of obviously Korea, the big names like Suwon or Ulsan Hyundai. Let's just see how this team is. Can't click on them. So let's give these fans something to cheer about today. We're the defending champs. I really want to win this Champions League. I want to get another opportunity at okay, where do we? I just want to see Jeju here. So they started the season obviously friendlies, and again this is their first game of the season as well. But here's their squad. So they got a couple of foreign players. Arsid Kruja, and he's actually a pretty decent Albanian. So they got a big squad as well. So here we go. First ACL Champions League game of the 4th season. Defending champions coming into this. Obviously, I do still want to complete my squad, do it a bit better. I feel that with some players. As for the Chinese players, I think we're pretty good. But the foreign players, obviously, I want to try and bring in Seljovic. Because, I think he'd be a good signing. And they've scored a goal a minute into the game. So that's not a good start at all. Yeah. So not a good start to start this group. But, we won't do that. But this is. Remember last year, guys, we started off a bit slow to start the opening group, and then we came through and won the whole thing. So this first game, I'm not. Obviously, you'd like to win, but not too concerned right now. And there's a good ball in, and Kale put it over top. So that was a good cross in by Villanueva. And Kale, I've given him the captain's armband to start this season. That was a pretty good play. Obviously, Timmy's going to have to be really good again. There's another good save. I'm looking a bit slow here to start. A bit slow to start this game. Shenhua's not really getting too much service up top. I looked a bit offside as well. And it's a goal. So 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. And this isn't a good way to start. And it looked like this guy kept him on Lubin. So, I'm going to try and get something going here. This is a pitiful performance. That was lucky that they put that one wide. But yeah, this is not a good performance at all. Just you can tell it's a new team that's just coming off their off season. Though I can't really say excuses because that's the same going for this side as well, this Korean side. So, Juan, and then come on! There's a goal. There's one. Shenhua. And that was a nice play shot in. Kyle finding him. And obviously the goalkeeper could have done better there, but that was a good way to respond. Maybe close down more. We'll just leave Timmy at that. It's a good play, good block. We could maybe go down by 1 to start. Then this first half would be good. Oh, right when I say that, they score. God, that's just weak on the defense on the corner setup. There's 2 of those guys there, and Kyle let him go, obviously, and that's just weak marking. Really weak. Be expressive as well. But this is not a good performance at all. One by one. Nice ball out. Here's Villanueva. Oh, and Shenhua put it wide. That's got to be better there as well. So yeah, the defending part is not good enough. Because he's actually on wide target man. He's the best for Villanueva here, so I'll put him up top and put him in on attack as well. We'll put him. We won't do that. I just want to try and get the best out of Villanueva, right? So, no. Just passing. And his passing for a winger is pretty good, 14, right? So, I'll do more risky passes. So it's a bit slow to start this one. What can we go here? Clear ball to the flanks. Geno. No, that's not good. There's a chance. What we'll do here, we'll take Juan Bowen off. Because he has played. He hasn't really been doing great. But yeah, 3-1. I mean, it's been a frustrating performance to say the least, but it is the start of the new season, so I'm not really putting too much into it. But yeah, you don't want to fall behind too much too early, right? So okay, I'm gonna try something up top here as well. Put Villanueva up top. Wonder what his best position is playing striker. It's a false 9 or a Trek. Never played with a false 9 or a Trequartista, to be honest, but you can't be a poacher. And we could try Trequartista. Now him and Kyle could kind of put in that position. We'll shoot more often, and yeah, we'll leave it at that and see what happens. And we'll put on Zhang Long. You see the man more. Yeah, as you guys can see, we've hardly had the ball in the second half. Really, it's not been a good half to start, to be honest. There's a chance, and there's the goal. Gabriel, and that's his first goal for the season for Shanghai, and that's really good. Villanueva on the freeze. He's actually got really good free kick attributes. And going far post, Gabriel. I haven't been on the market, so we'll see what sort of offers come in after this game. But he's come up good. He's come up with the goods. That is extremely frustrating. You score a goal and then bump, the other team comes down and scores it. And that's twice that's happened now. Twice that's happened. So Sun Ki, we'll put him there. Put them up top as well. But that is frustrating. You score a goal, you get some hope, and then the other team comes down and scores a goal on you. Get stuck in, push higher up. Villanueva, Kyle. That could actually be a pretty, there's a chance. That can actually be a pretty neat little. Because like I said, I've never played with a Trequartista on Footy Manager, to be honest. So, you got Kyle and Villanueva. It's kind of like running. It's a 4-4-1-1, but you're kind of running two strikers up top, right? Giving them the freedom to kind of go in and out of one another. Here's Zhang Ji tipped. Stopped by the goalkeeper. So this game, it looks like this game's going to be done. And yeah, a very flat opening game to start the season. Even that game against Shandong was very flat, and just nothing was going on. And this one seems to be the same. So need to hope that it's it's obviously it's the early start of the season, which that's why this game's so great and realistic, which is true. I mean, you bring in a whole bunch of new players. It's going to take them a while to gel, and it's going to take the whole team to gel to accept those players, right? And that's why it kind of downs your team cohesion a bit. But yeah, that was a really poor performance, and that's not happy. We pulled one back, but yeah. We pulled one back, but then they score right off the bat, and that's the other thing that's frustrating about it. But Zhuangzhou, and good on Brisbane, beat Zhuangzhou. And how did Melbourne Victory do? They lost to Shandong. So loser open a game 4-2, but like I said, I'm not too concerned about it. Who's this? Srilawach? Yeah, 4-0 on Shanghai, East Asia. I think that's an Indonesian side. Shilawashka. Yeah, Indonesia. 4 goals on Shanghai. Gee, who'd they bring in? Let's see here. Albert Adama, Mihai Pintilli. They released Aruna Kunai, Mordovia. Not sure where that is. So, yeah. So, let's see here. Situations. Well, there's some positive, poor performance. So I just hope that none of the Sims, and we can get in Seljovic and Gabriel to switch out. We'll see what happens here, because I just hope it doesn't sim the whole day and just ignore my transfer moves. Because yeah, like just bringing in players, like Toure or I think Seljovic is at that level, to be honest. The level that can get us over that hump of winning a Club World Cup. I think that's one player that can do it. Obviously, Toure is a player that can do it, so it's just kind of frustrating. He's a free transfer, and I think Shanghai can match maybe 3/4 of his wages at Man City. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating. But yeah, this is taking its time, so I hope it's not kind of skipping all of this. So no offers for Gabriel. So yeah, I did a scouting report on Ganzo as well, but he's got no intention. Oh, and look, there it is. The transfer deadline has passed. Come on. That is frustrating. So Gabriel is going to be here to stay, and so now we just got to put Gabriel back in the lineup. So that is frustrating because I really wanted to get in Seljovic, and I don't think he's in the first team of Zhuangzhou either. So that is frustrating. And I thought I was going to be, have the opportunity to get in some players. Yeah. Calcio. Seems this. What's the Italian league? Perugia. So, well, bugger, hey, that's frustrating. And we can't really do much left on the transfers. Oh man. So, so I think what we have to do now is wait till the transfer window opens again. Because yeah, that's frustrating. And yeah, it didn't give me the option to take part or something like that. And yeah, we'll just go over some of these other players. As you can see, Shandon's signing some players. Um, but yeah, like, in the transfer windows, they usually come up with something that says, take part or something, right? And again, I don't think I was given that either. So that's frustrating as well. But yeah, we got a first game against Jiangsu, the opener in 9 days. So we'll get ready for that. But yeah, that is annoying because I'm not sure when the transfer window is going to be open again. It's good to see Lehigh. So that was a free transfer player. I have some guys scouting in Europe, which is good. Dundee United, Alexander Ghazi. No really big names there, as you can see. There's the group stage draw. So, So I want to see when the transfer window opens again, because that's actually, I think it's going to be the same time when all those players get their what am I doing here? Sorry, transfer window. So ends there, 28th. July 7th is when the transfer window opens. So that's going to be, yeah, that's when Europe release all the players. So hopefully we'll have maybe some big names there. So I'll keep Saliovic on the short list, but let's look at some of these players that are okay. First, we'll go through some of this. Yeah, a lot less often. That'd be good. Manuel Mabola, Fauzi Aiwish. Never really heard of these players. South Korean. No thanks. Brazil. That's what I really want to be scouting. Taking off. No longer needed. I think he's a really good player. He's going to be in there. First team. But yeah, we'll just go in here. Some of these players that, their contracts are going to be done in the next couple, well, in the end of the season. Here are some of these players that already are on freeze. One that stands out for me here is Befetebi Gomi. I did a scout report on him, but I mean, it's not the greatest, So 6 months, I believe that's when they're all expiring. These are the players that, of course, that are going to be freeze. So we got Stefan Sessignon is one of them. Nagasawa. These are all Pavel Pogrebniak. I mean, he could be. I think he was pretty good when they first started, anyway. When Reading was in the Premier League. Tranquillo Barnetta, he's another one. Emmanuel Adebayor. So the names are there. For 3 months. That's kind of weird that they don't have. Yaya Toure. I want to see how many places now, how many subs or scouts I could bring in. I can bring. Nice, I can bring 2 more scouts. So that's what we'll do. We'll try and find some scouts here. Some better scouts. Kim Jun-woo. Sign him up. Obviously the scouting's reaching the final. We'll be paid 4.2. Nah. 7 million. He doesn't want to budge from 1.9. There we go. So we were able to trying to get him in, and we got one more, don't we? That's why I always try and want a Tahiti. Wang Shang. I mean, none of these scouts are really too big of a names. Ferdinand. And some Australian scouts. These are probably all Aussie scouts now. John Kelso. So what we'll do here is want to try and, obviously it's a bit of a longer episode for you guys, I know that. And this is an Australian scout. Oh, and he's got, okay, this hopefully we can get him in. And look how cheap that's going to be for a pretty good Australian scout. There we go. So we're going to bring in 2 scouts hopefully and get them going on their stuff. Oh yeah, and this is what I wanted to see as well. See what sort of transfers went down here. Because how long is this episode going right now? Sorry guys. 41 minutes. Okay, yeah, we're going to end this pretty quick here. But, yeah, well, yeah, this is going to be a bit long. I just want to go over the transfers. Where do you go? I can't remember. Here we go. Some big names. See if there was any names that came here on deadline day. Renan Mata. Zhuang Zhao, Wang Yi. And there was only one move on transfer deadline day, it looks like. It's the 28th. Not much going on there. So, guys, that was the episode. I was really hoping I could bring in Seljovic there, but didn't happen. So I think what we'll do is maybe I'll play all the group stage games. And what I'll do is I'll come back for this last game against Perspora. How's that sound? So we got all these Champions Leagues and some games in between. And yeah, I think that's what we'll go to, is that last game. So we'll come back against Perspula. I can try and get some more games under my hand here, and try and push forward on for a better start to the year. So again, guys, hope you guys are enjoying this, and we'll see you guys next time for that game in Indonesia against Perspula. Cheers.